because later on, I mean, my first mile split, I think my mile splits were like 5:36, 5:55, and then 6:05. So clearly, I had definitely probably gone. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. So before we jump into this video, I would just say I hope you enjoyed the last video I posted for you guys about the morning versus night running. I really enjoyed telling you guys both the pros and cons of what I have for night and morning running. They're both really great. Once again, I am a morning runner. I think night running is worse than morning running, but maybe you guys have a different opinion. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down in the description below. But if you have seen it and you haven't commented down in the live chat yet, comment down in the live chat what your opinion is, morning or night running. I would love to hear from you guys. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for this first part of the intro. And now to into our second part of the intro, the topic for today's video. So in today's video, as you guys probably saw by that thumbnail, we are going to be recapping Fudgicle Week 5. So this week was definitely a different week. It was brutal. It was hard. It might have been my hardest week yet. Because, well, no, last week was probably my hardest week, but this might be my second hardest week yet because it was slushy and snowy. It was somewhat icy, and I did go out a little too fast during that, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so we'll be talking about how I felt before, during, and after the race, my thoughts, my feelings, what I was thinking, my pace, my time, and everything in between. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for this intro of the video. And now let's go into our first block of the video, the before the race block. Alright, guys, in this first block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened before the race. So before the race, if you guys have seen any, and I say this every single week, if you guys have seen any of my race recap videos, whether it be cross-country, the track, national events, local events, regional events, on the roads, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, whether you've seen any race recap, you know I always start off with, I woke up early before the race, I made a bobo, my chocolate milk, I ate, I got dressed, got my family together, and we humped to the car. So I'm going to skip over all that because, once again, you guys already know all that process, and I'm just going to get straight to when we got there. So before we got there, we had to drop my sister off at a friend's house because she was not going to run with us this week, and we could not bring her and leave her in the car to freeze. So we had to bring her to a friend's house. But once we were done bringing her to a friend's house, it took like 5 minutes. But once we finished dropping her off at the friend's house, we left the house and we got to the high school. So once we got to the high school, we hopped out of the car, stripped off the layers we didn't need, put our numbers on, and then once we all had our numbers on, we got our hats and gloves on, all that good stuff, went to sign in, went back to the car. We talked to my coach a little bit, Joe, before the race because he was there super early like he always is. Shout out to Joe for always being there to watch us run. But we talked to him for a little bit, and then it became like 7:50. We got there around like 7:40, which was a good thing because I think leaving to get my sister to the friend's house was easier for us to leave earlier. It gave us an excuse to, so we got there like 20 minutes early, which is perfect because it's just long enough that you have time to do everything, but it's just short enough that you don't have time to like freeze your toes off. But so we signed in, we talked to Joe for a little bit, and then it became like 7:55, and we started to head over there. Or like 7:53 to 7:55, I think we started to head over there. So I jogged over there first. I just always want to be up there in the race, just so when it starts, I'm not like 45 seconds back and trying to catch up to the lead group. So we got to the starting line. I set my watch. I stretched a little bit more. We talked to some of the guys on the starting line. They called us up to the line, blew the siren, and we were gone. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for this first block of the video. And now it's going to our second block of the video, the during the race block. Alright, guys, in the second block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened during the race. So once again, as I told you guys in the previous block, we talked to some of the people on the starting line. They called us up to the line, blew the siren, and we were gone. So once we got off the line, I got off really, really fast today. I think it was just my adrenaline getting like all excited and everything because I wasn't feeling like I was feeling the nerves in my stomach beforehand. So I think my adrenaline was like, You just gotta go. Go, 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 and pray that you don't die or die out. This might have been a mistake, because later on, I mean, my first mile split, I think my mile splits were like 5:36, 5:55, and then 6:05. So clearly, I had definitely probably gone out a little too fast. But either way, I could feel it, as I was going around the first corner, down the street. Once again, it was the beginning, so I was kind of just warming up to myself, getting my legs used to running that fast 5K in person again, since they hadn't done it for 2 weeks now. And so we took that first turn. I ran down the street. Again, the roads were super slushy. They were snowy. They were like somewhat icy, not too icy though, which is good. But either way, I had no one in front of me to pace me. So at this point, it was like, I just have to hang on for dear life and hope that I don't die out. But I kept running down that street, trying to avoid falling or slipping somehow. And when I took that next left-hand turn, all the turns I took on this race, they were all taken really slowly, because if I took a turn fast, I knew it was going to end really badly, because all the turns were covered in snow. So either I had to turn it wide and not slow my momentum down, or lose like 10 seconds for all the turns and just slow my momentum down. So that's what I chose to do, because it's not worth getting hurt over a race like this when I have a meets coming up in March beyond, into February to, I mean, the end of the year. So it's, I can't get hurt right now. But took the next left-hand turn, could see the mile marker, tried to get down the street as quick as I could, and then I finally went up the bump on the mile marker. I have now passed the mile marker, and I thought to myself, okay, you're a mile down, you have 2 miles to go, just relax, stay calm, smooth into it, and you'll be fine. So I ran down that street. I had people cheering me on as I ran down that street. Thank you to everyone who cheered me on. I'm so sorry I couldn't respond to you, but as I say to you guys every single week, I only have a limited amount of energy, and I kind of have to use all that energy to breathe and try to focus on not getting my body out of control. That more means my breathing, but my body as well. I ran down that road, took the next left-hand turn onto the main street. This part I was actually happy with, because I knew I was close to the 2 mile marker, because once I made it down the street, basically, I was at 2 miles. So I kept running down that street, again, kept trying to avoid potholes, avoid trying to not getting run over by cars, well, also trying to not slip on the road. So there were a lot of things that happened in this, and dealing with sub-20-degree temperatures, so that was nice as well. But all this happened as I was running down that road. I took the next slight left-hand turn after the tree with the orange ribbon, and I kept running down that road. I could see the 2 mile marker, or I could see the arrow pointing turn left, and I thought to myself, you just have to make it to that arrow, make it to 2 miles, and then you only have 1 mile to go. So that's kind of what motivated me to keep going. I made it all the way down that road, took the turn, ran halfway down the next road. I'm at 2 miles, and I thought to myself, all right, you cannot get caught now, because this is 2 miles. You're on week 5 of the Fudgicle. You want to win, and there may be someone behind you. You have to make sure you cannot let your guard down yet. When you get to the finish line, that's when you can stop. But until then, you still have a mile to go, so you have to keep going. I took that wide right-hand turn, and I keep going straight. Once again, trying to dodge cars. What's good about these back roads is that there aren't a ton of cars on them, and the middle of the road is where there isn't much snow. Sometimes it's the sides, but normally it's the middle, and that's why I tried to run at any possible point I could when there wasn't a car coming, because that makes it 10 times easier to run than when you're running on slushy snow. So I ran down that road, went up the mini hill, went down the hill, went up the hill, as running through snow, and then straight. I could see the arrow that turned me onto the main road, and I thought to myself, make it to that arrow, and then you have about a half mile to go until you make it to the finish line. You just have to put everything into it. I ran down that road. I could keep seeing the arrow. I'm like, you got to get to that arrow. You got to get to that arrow. And then once I finally got to the arrow, I took the left-hand turn, and I'm like, okay, you have to go now. Like, my legs were like, okay, I will give you everything I have, because my brain is telling me my legs to move, so I'm gonna move. But my brain was basically telling me, you have to give everything you have. This is the last stretch for you. Just give it everything you have. You'll be fine. As long as you can't hear footsteps coming, you'll be absolutely fine as long as you give it everything you have. So I ran halfway down that road thinking to myself, all right, I just gotta make it another few hundred meters, like another 150 meters, and I'll be there. So I kept running, took that wide right-hand turn again, once again, trying to avoid the snow, not hurting myself. And when I took that wide left-hand turn, saw the 3-mile marker, passed the 3-mile marker, and then my brain was telling me, sprint. Sprint this the whole way there. You have to just go. I sprinted down that hill as hard as I could, took the left-hand turn, basically dived across the finish line, and saw my time was 18:25. And I thought to myself, that's pretty good. For a course that wasn't exactly the greatest and didn't have the best conditions on it, that's pretty good, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for the second block of the video. And now let's move into our third block of the video, the after the race block. Alright guys, in the third block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened after the race. So once I crossed the finish line, once again, as I told you guys, I basically dived across the finish line, saw my time was 18:25. They recorded my number, they recorded my time, and then after that, I crossed the finish chute. Tammy and other people at the finish line were basically asking me are you okay? And I couldn't respond because my body's alright, you need a minute to just relax yourself, do something with yourself. You need to make sure you're able to breathe, and we just need a minute. So they're he definitely needs a minute. He's tired. And I thought to myself, yes, I am very tired. Once I finally was able to talk again and came to my senses, my coach came over, Joe, and asked me, are you good? What's wrong? And no, I said no, I'm good. I'm all good. And yeah, so after that, basically, we kind of just stood at the finish line. We congratulated everyone who came through. I saw the second place guy. I saw my dad. He actually came in third, which is his best placement in a few weeks, actually. So congratulations to him. We stuck around, congratulated many other people, talked to my coach Joe for a little bit while we're waiting for my mom. He told us that we finally have that indoor track place, and we're actually going to see it. As at the time I'm filming this video for you guys, we're actually going to see it tomorrow at this time. Not this weekend, but last weekend we saw it. So it was yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. At the time, I don't know what it looks like right now because I'm filming it a week in advance. But once I get my next video up for you guys, I will be able to tell you how it looked. So yeah, we talked to him a little bit about that. We also talked to him about some other stuff. Sorry, my words are once again getting tangled up in my voice. But we talked to him we talked about some other stuff with him. Congratulated everyone who came through, and then finally saw my mom. She actually came through in 28. That's her best time out of all the 5 Fudgicle that we have ran. So that is that's amazing. I mean, congratulations to her, congratulations to my dad, and congratulations to everyone who ran this today. It was slushy, it was snowy, it was somewhat icy, and it was still 20 degrees. So that's 4 really good reasons why most people probably wouldn't come out, but for everyone who came out, congratulations. And everyone who ran virtual, congratulations as well. It's a hard race to run. The Fudgicle is not an easy race, especially if you're in person. So congratulations to everyone who ran it. Once my mom came, we took some pictures. We talked to my coach a little bit more, congratulated more people. And then after that, we started to walk back to the car. And I was freezing. So basically, I was shivering the entire time. We were still trudging through the snow the entire time. But we got back to the car, talked to my coach a little bit more, said bye, and then we took a few pictures before we got in the car. Me and my mom, me and my dad, all 3 of us, and then we got in the car and left to go pick up my sister. You guys, so that's probably going to do it up for this third block of the video. And now let's move into our fourth block of the video, guest speakers number 1. Alright guys, in this fourth block of the video, we're going to be having guest speaker number 1. Or I should say guest speakers number 1. So these guest speakers are, you've seen her, you love her, you know her, my sister Catherine, and you have never seen her, but you will love her, my friend Michaela. So these two are great. Catherine is great at running. Michaela is great at dancing and many other things, as well as Catherine. So I'm just gonna leave it up to them. You guys?
So I didn't run today, but I went to Michaela and Quinny's house. and she's sleeping over at in our house.
So Michaela doesn't want to say anything. Thank you, Catherine.
Hi.
Yeah, guys. So that's probably going to wrap it up for this fourth block of the video. And now let's move into our fifth block of the video, the guest speakers number 2. All right, guys. In this fifth block of the video, we're going to be having guest speakers number 2. So these guest speakers are, once again, my mom and my dad. You saw them on last week, and I figured, since my friend since my friend Michaela and my sister Catherine were on, I figured I'd bring them on as well. So Dad finished 3rd this week, and Mom had her fastest time out of all 5 Fudgicles. So they both accomplished something really good, and yeah, that's probably all I have to say, and I'm gonna leave it up to them. You guys?
Yeah, so it was a fun one this week. We were back in person, which was nice. Shout out to all the volunteers and everyone that helped out with the race. It was very helpful. Thank you guys. It was fun. So Michael took off right at the start. I tried to chase him down. I couldn't. And then I kind of settled in. But it was fun. It was a little slippery out there, but not too bad overall. But it was good to be back in person. I like it better than the virtual. So that's all I have to say. I don't know.
And I got to run for the first time this week without Catherine. I missed running with her. I wish she was there, but it was definitely a different experience. I was really careful, especially in the beginning. I didn't want to fall or hurt myself at all. I got to meet up with someone I had never met from Greater Lowell before, so we chatted for a little bit. And then I ended up finishing the race. I think I finished 19th overall, which was definitely my best finish. So I was happy with that.
Thank you, guys. And Dad, do you have something else to say? I cut you off last week, so
What? Oh! Everyone smash the like and subscribe button, right? Hit like and subscribe, everybody.
Do what he says. Help me out. Yeah, guys. So that's probably gonna do it up for this 5th and final block of the video, and that's probably gonna wrap it up for today's video. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about what happened before, during, and after the race, my thoughts, my feelings, my time, my place, my pace, and everything in between that. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I also hope you enjoyed some of our 2 groups of guest speakers today. I hope you enjoyed my mom and dad talking about their experience this week. Both of them, shout out to them. They did an amazing job for themselves, and yeah, so they did just an amazing job all around, and I am super happy for them. Once again, shout out to everyone who ran this race today. It was a hard one. It was cold. It was snowy. It was partially icy. So yeah, congratulations to everyone who ran it in person or virtually. I also hope you enjoyed our second group of guest speakers, my friend Michaela and my sister Catherine. I hope you enjoyed what they had to say. And yeah, so it was fun. Yeah, so that's probably all I have to say for that. Stick around with today's quote, and you guys are going to love it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have fun, keep running, and peace out, guys. Alright, guys, in this 4th block of the video, we're gonna be,
My hair looks bad.
Let's
go see my legs.
like and subscribe! Yes! Yeah!
We're gonna show you a dance.
Yeah, we are.
Mommy. No, it's
Alright, I don't like this dance. Have fun running. No, and watch the dance. Ignore her.
Ignore who?
Me? Yes. Catherine, no, we're not posting that. Watch the dance. Like and subscribe. Make sure you do it if you haven't done it yet. Have you done it? Make sure you do it.
No, they haven't.
Then do it. Watch the dance, but ignore if have fun running. Ignore if someone else says don't have fun running.
Do not hit my head. Sorry.
Hit her head. I'm kidding. See you guys. Go away! No!
Alright, see ya.
This is our YouTube channel.
See you now. See you guys. See you next